Stephanie, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So, first of all, congratulations on being part of this really fun series as Camille and killing it. Tell us a little bit about
Thank
her
you.
character.
Sure. So my character, Camille, she is more than just a deaf woman. She's an ex-wife. She's a mother.
Mhm.
She has a very complex relationship and tension with Craig and her daughter. She's really trying to keep her family together and support her ex-husband through so much. It doesn't matter what's going on. She's really trying to support him.
So it's what's fun about your character, I think, and it's also great to see is that yes, she's deaf, but kind of like you mentioned, she's all these other things first that you almost don't even realize it. It's nice to see it kind of um
Yes.
just seen regularly. Can you talk to me a little bit about what it looks like to play a character like that?
Yeah. Of course, it's not easy to play an ex-wife. Often issues happen with money, and she has to provide the support for her family while her ex-husband Craig is out there figuring out how to find a way to make income and all of that. And he's found that, oh, killing snakes may do that. But how the ex-wife may feel about that, I'm out of here. I'm packing up my daughter. We're gone. But the fact that Camille has stayed and continued to support Craig to figure out, she's very patient. And I think that that will really surprise audiences that, wow, Camille is very patient, very caring. She's super supportive. It's interesting how she handles herself through all of the various situations that she's going through and dealing with Craig. And Craig, quite honestly, is lucky to have an ex-wife like Camille. Let's be honest.
Absolutely. I was in a very similar situation. I did not get to hunt snakes, of course, but people split up and their children are often involved.
Right.
And it's important to show that even if that relationship doesn't work, you can still be civil with one another and help each other out because at the end of the day, the child wins, right?
Exactly. Definitely. It's happened a lot in my family as well. I have a large family, lots of exes rolling around, and kids are in the mix of that. So with getting together for the holidays, it's very interesting seeing those dynamics of blended families, and it can be challenging, but it's great. It's good to see how you can effectively do this and put the kids first. It's not easy. It's not an easy situation, but it's definitely worth it.
100, yeah, definitely. I agree with you. So tell me a little bit about working with Craig Robinson and kind of the way you guys are able to communicate on screen and how that is shown and just the flow of things in that nature. And just also kind of the fun you have between your now spouse and him when you guys get together.
Yeah. So before we met, he had already been practicing and learning the alphabet in sign language. So that helped a lot, which I appreciated. And then on set, where he actually had to learn his lines in ASL, he was able to work with an ASL consultant on set a few times, which was not easy for him. He tried his best, and really hats off to him. He did great, speaking and signing at the same time. I know in the beginning it was a little rough, but as time went on, he got more comfortable with it. I had my own personal ASL interpreter on set, which helped a lot. And we were filming during the pandemic, so everyone had their masks on. I wasn't able to see facial expressions or mouths to read lips. So having my interpreter was very helpful. And it helped me really to connect with Craig as a person, both off screen and on screen. So it was a lot of fun working with him. Camille and Craig being in a relationship, one deaf, one hearing, communication is key. And when you
Mhm.
don't have good communication, if one person signs, not as fluently as the other, it could cause a strain. And that kind of is what happened here. But they still have that chemistry, and yeah, they still have a connection because of their daughter.
And what is it like for you being on set, having to sign and just being kind of really just being part of the crew? If anything, maybe you're actually having more fun watching the rest of the cast struggle.
Yes, definitely. It's interesting. The crew, everyone was so friendly. Everyone would ask me, hey, I want to learn some new signs. So I would give them different signs and also let them know, hey, there's apps out there where you can learn various signs. While we had free time, different people would come up to me and we would practice together. So that was really nice to have that bond with various people on set. And then there was a board that I would post daily and put a sign on there so people could learn different things daily, like the sign for good morning. And I would see that a lot, and we would sign it every day. Good morning, how are you? And just repeating those signs helped me build connections during the pandemic while we were filming on set.
How important is it to see deaf characters on screen? I mean, it's already hard enough sometimes to get, like Latinx representation, but then there's people of all races that use this language, because that's what they have to use.
Yeah, definitely. I've noticed in the Latin community, people often don't feel comfortable with the fact that they have deaf children, or they feel like, oh, this is so sad. You need something to fix you, right? And I would say that's really due to a lack of education and a lack of resources on accessibility in Spanish for families who have limited English, who are not able to read or speak English very fluently. Having those resources in Spanish is important. So that's probably been a tough obstacle. So it's an honor to be in this role, to be a Latina deaf woman playing this role, to be a role model for other young people to see, hey, I can do this. And also empowers parents too, to see this on television and say, hey, my kid can do this too. And
Mm-hmm.
provide them with that positive viewpoint with seeing it on screen.
Yeah, because like we were talking in the beginning, you're an ex-wife, you guys are co-parenting, and that really what stands out about your character first, and
Right.
not the fact that you're deaf.
Right.
So one of the things I do want to ask you about was just really the theme of the show, about making it, about having a support group, and just trying to survive and find your place in the world. And how sometimes you need a person like Camille to really be by your side. But my question with that is, there was one moment in one of the episodes where he gets really upset because you're not being hard enough on him. Do you think that was the case with Camille?
I mean, it's surprising. There are people out there like her. I personally don't know how she did it or how she does it. So yeah, some women in my family are like her. And I would say it's kind of annoying. When you're done with that person, hey, be done with them. And so I completely understand that perspective. Camille is definitely interesting.
Well, it's great. Like I said, your guys' relationship is something I went through. And so it was nice to see it on screen. It was fun to kind of to see a lighter side of it.
Mhm.
So thank you for that. And thank you for your time today. I really appreciate getting to talk with you
Oh,
for a few
you're
minutes.
welcome. My pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. And congratulations on the show again.
Thank
Take care.
you. Thank you so much.